name's Colin Marson from Distributor Consulting. We specialise in chemical distribution consulting. That mainly means working for manufacturers looking to identify suitable distribution partners. That can be in the UK or globally. We work internationally with a range of different companies. What I'd like to discuss today is the sort of selection criteria that manufacturers use in order to identify suitable distribution partners. And one of the first ones is industry experience. So they'll be looking for a distribution partner that has experience in the industry that they're targeting. So it could be coatings, maybe it's a pigment company looking to sell pigments into the coatings industry. They'll be looking for somebody who has experience of servicing or providing products through to coatings companies. So it could be they're providing already resins or something like that. And the pigments would be a nice fit to go along with that. So looking for industry experience, that's the number one priority. The second one is technical ability. So they'll be looking for people that have experience within the, for instance, again, the coatings industry. So they'll be looking at people that understand the technology, where it fits, the chemistry that's involved. It would be very important. The next one would be the current principal list. So that is the companies that are already supplying the distributor. That will give you a sort of a barometer or a measure of the sort of quality of that distributor. If they're distributing for somebody like Evonik, that's a good sign that they're professional and the service levels will be good. Also, they'll be looking at the current customer base. So who are they supplying in terms of customers within that industry already? Again, that will give you an indication of how deeply involved they are in the industry and the sort of quality level of customers that you'll be having. Also, they will look at the product portfolio, what type of products, where their product would fit within that portfolio, if there's any conflicts. Also, very importantly, the management team that you'll be working with. Do they sort of fit with the sort of strategy and the rationale that you're going to be using for your product? Also, the geographic coverage. Usually, most companies are looking to appoint by country by country. If you've got larger countries like the USA and Russia, you may need to have 2 or 3 distributors to cover all of the regions involved. But in most cases, you'll be looking at 1 distributor per country. If you've got a very large manufacturer who's covering a range of different industries with their portfolio, you may find, for instance, that you've got somebody that's covering coatings, but somebody else who's doing pharmaceuticals, for instance. So you may have to have more than 1 distributor to cover all of the industry segments that you're interested in. Also, maybe looking at warehousing. That's not so important that they have their own warehouse, but obviously you'd be looking for somebody who's going to be stocking the product. They need to have the ability to do that. And also you may look at infrastructure. If you're looking at something that's more commodity based, such as solvents, you'd be looking at their ability to move those solvents around, store them safely. So again, you'd be looking at particular types of infrastructure to be able to do that. And then finally, depending upon what sort of support you want the distributor to provide, you may, for instance, have laboratory facilities available. In most cases, the chemical distributors tend to lean quite heavily on the manufacturers to provide the sort of laboratory support, but in some cases it can be advantageous to have localized support from the chemical distributor who can look, for instance, at quality, maybe, for instance, helping customers with formulations, where they don't have their own sort of formulation laboratory. So that type of support can be very useful. So those are some of the key sort of criteria that tend to be used when we're doing sort of search and selection by manufacturers. I hope that's been useful. My contact details are c.marson@listerg.info. That's my email address. So that's c.marson, M-A-R-S-O-N, at listergy.info. You can also find more information on our company on the website, www.listergy.info. And we'll be continuing with this sort of short series of videos covering various aspects of chemical distribution, search and selection. So please look out for the next video, and look forward to seeing you then.